I've been trying to watch for tactics every single move, checks, captures, threats. I know the process, but I keep missing things that are right in front of me. It's not always these deep calculations and, all this stuff. It's like simple one move tactics. And my opponent plays a move, and then I respond without asking what they just threatened, and then it's too late. So today, I'm going to slow down on every single move and ask one question first. What did my opponent just do and why? Okay, so here we go, jumping into a 10-minute game, rapid. I'm at 1161, and here we go. So, all right, I'm thinking about just, playing really simple, basic moves here, and I'm thinking about playing. All right, so should I go ahead and should I castle first, or should I play this? All right, so he castled. Now he's got 1, 2, but I've also got 1 and 2. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take the center, and we're dead even, except I have a little bit more, maybe arguably a little bit more control of the center. And now let's see here. Now I could go here. All right, so I'm not asking why he moved here. I think it's obvious. He's attacking my bishop. But what I do need to consider is if I move here and he takes, then, I guess I would take back with my knight. Maybe what I'm going to do is just simply move here. Just going to move my bishop back, because if I move my bishop here, while that is nice that it's attacking the rook, he's just going to take here. And then when I take back, I'm thinking, okay, all right, this was already what I was planning. So now if he takes with the knight, which he didn't take with the knight, I'm a little bit shocked by that, but not terribly shocked. All right, so what does this move do? Okay, this move kind of threatens here, but not really. I'm thinking that he might want to come here and try to add a little bit more pressure there. Okay, so I could do this, but then I'm afraid if he took here, he's putting me in check. So I think what I'm going to do first is I think I'm just going to develop, right? This seems like the most simple thing to do. This knight probably wants to, he can't come here. He can't come here. So, all right, now this is good to note, because if he's trying to push, here, then I do need to be cautious that I have an escape square. All right, so here I'm going to take back with my pawn, because I don't want to lose a rook. All right. So now we've got an attacker here. I've only got one defender, but the second he comes here, I'm going to have to think about where is he going to go and where can he go. So I cannot really go here because that space is unprotected. I can't really go here. I can't go here. So right now, really the only place I can go is here. Now it's very defensively minded. So what if I instead do this? Is that a good idea? I don't know. I don't know. All right. As much as I'm a little bit nervous to do this, I might go ahead and kick him out. Or I could go here, because then where can he go? Right? Not a lot of places. So I'm going to go here. Just trying to kick him out. And now I have a feeling maybe this or maybe this to protect. This is a really good square for his knight. I'm sure he doesn't want to move it. All right, and so now, of course, if I take, he's just going to take back with his queen. So, trying to think here. What are some good options? What are some good moves to make, okay? To take is a mistake. We all know. I'm going to bring support here. And now what I'm thinking about is actually bringing this guy here. That way when I take... Okay, so he takes. Okay. That's fine. Now I'm thinking about this. Just setting up a little battery here. I mean, I'm fully developed, so it's not too early for me to be thinking about, you know, attacking ideas. So, all right. I said I was going to ask the question. He moved here. What is he trying to do? Number one, I've got 2 attackers on this guy, but I have 2 defenders as well. So, I could go here. And if he... okay. So, what is some other ideas? I could go... That would be a dumb move. What if I just bring in some more support? You know, like maybe another support here. I have a hanging pawn. That was dumb. I missed a hanging pawn. Will he see it? He has a free pawn. He doesn't take the free pawn. Instead, he goes there. So now, what I'm thinking about actually doing is this, because I still need 2 defenders here, because it's being attacked twice. So the good news is he didn't see my hanging pawn. The bad news is I can't get over here to protect, but you know what? I could just go ahead and bring this guy right back to where he was. And I'm down a pawn, but it doesn't feel like a really, really bad position. This is a vulnerable pawn up here. So, I mean, honestly, if I could somehow get to this, it's just really going to be hard to attack. Obviously, this is a free pawn if when it's my turn. But it's not at the same time because my queen is protecting here. So, okay. Now, let's think about this just for a second. I can't move this guy because that's my my queen is not protected. All right, this is a little bit of a precarious situation. So, he moved here, which means maybe he's wanting to move here. Potentially, I mean, here, I guess. So, he's clearly, you know, trying it. He's trying to just simply attack. And I can't... I'm going to have to bring this guy over here. And now that I have 2 defenders on this piece, now I can't attack this pawn. So, if I attack this pawn... Okay. So, he's trying to maybe get here. So, he could be getting here, but that's not going to be a good move for him. What if I do this? Is this a good move? This feels pretty good. I'm thinking he was trying to get here. So, trying to get ahead of my opponent's attacks here. And I kind of feel like, where's he going to go next? I do want to attack this guy because I still have a hanging pawn. All right. So now I've got 2 attackers here. He's clearly coming for here or here, right? But I have that covered, so I'm going to go ahead and just win this pawn. I think that's just like a free pawn. And technically I could win this pawn next, so we're even. I am thinking about moving this guy here to watch this pawn. Is everything else protected? He's protected by him and by him. He's protected here. Everything looks protected. This square is protected here. The knight has nowhere to go right now. I mean, the knight, I guess actually the knight could go here, which would be, kind of fork. I mean, it's not a true fork because even if he does this, I'm going to win this. And if he takes here, okay. So let's see. He takes, and that threatens this pawn, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. So the pawn's probably going to go. So if I win this pawn, he wins this pawn. Now he's going to come over here. Which means I'm just going to go for it. Alright. Alright, if he takes here, and then he's going to come here. Then I might... What can I do? Actually, no, this wouldn't... I was going to say, this would be not a bad move, except it would get taken by my queen. So, I wouldn't say I'm, like, really in attack mode totally. I'm a little bit more, like, in... You know, whenever I get in these little... I like to call these Mexican standoffs, where there's just, like, everyone's pointing their guns at each other, you know? I do tend to get overwhelmed, and this is where I would normally make a blunder. So, I need to be cautious here. Alright. Now, I could take... If I take with my... What if I take actually with my rook? If I take with my rook, I'm actually looking at his queen. So then he's going to move his queen somewhere. I think I'm going to do that. This seems like a pretty good position. And also, now I'm also threatening this pawn. Which will give me a pass pawn, though, you know, technically. I do like this rook also because it's now threatening... Well, it's protecting my pawn. It's not really threatening this guy yet because of that. Okay. So... What about... Alright, now he has check. So if he gives me a check and I take, he's looking at my rook, but my bishop is there. But if I can get his... let's see. If I can get his knight out of the way... This is a little bit risky here. If I could remove his knight... Well, he's probably going to take with the pawn. But then I could take here. Alright, he can't take because of my rook. He can give me a check. That's the mistake. If he gives me a check, I take, but then he takes my rook. That was my fatal flaw right there. I knew there was an issue. Let's see if he finds it. He did. What a great find. What a great find. Alright. So now we are looking at some treacherous waters. Okay, so I could come here. But then he's just going to go... He can't give me a check just yet, but he can come here. So... or is it better to just go ahead and move here and protect from check? I kind of feel like that might just be a little bit of a better move. I'm going to do this first. So this protects my bishop. I mean, I've taken all of his pawns but 3 pawns, which is wild. But now I have a ton of unprotected pieces right now. I mean, just everything is unprotected. Yeah. So now it's kind of like, if I move here, he takes, I take. Yeah, this can get a little bit tricky. I feel like I have to do this. I have to offer this trade. Now, it'd be great if he didn't take it. If he just takes the pawn, I might still trade queens anyways. One idea actually would be cool is get my... This would be a cool idea, right? Go... Okay, that was a huge mistake. He just blundered his queen. He resigns. Okay. That was a lucky day for me because I had 2 blunders in this game. I should have probably not one, but oh man, I am you know, they say it's I'm playing against 1100 rated players, and so there's like a lot more likelihood that they're going to make mistakes and blunders. I am one of them now. Gosh, I just like cannot play chess anymore. But that's okay. We're still having fun here, okay? We are not losing the spirit of it all. So that was a blunder. It did want me to move up here. I don't understand how that's a blunder, because I would have just eventually lost that piece. So I'm going to say that one's not really a true blunder. If you want to disagree with me, disagree with me. I feel like that one was not like a genuine true blunder. Okay. Did not like that, but this is fine. It didn't love that either. Okay. So I made a lot of moves that it didn't really love, but he missed a lot of moves too. I mean, all right, so this was a blunder. What it wanted me to do was this, which is really interesting because could he not have just taken? Oh, I see. Okay, or takes with my rook. Wow, okay, so I missed. That was a tactic I didn't see. That was kind of a deep tactic, though. If you saw that, you're just significantly better at chess than I am. Which is probably a good amount of you. That's fine. That's okay. This is a journey. All right, so that was good. That was a mistake. And I knew that immediately. I kind of semi-calculated it, but it's true. He had this, and as soon as I had to take, he won a rook. You know, that was just it. All right, this is where I ended up moving next, and it didn't like that. It would have rather me done this. All right, he does this. I do this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly where that one was going. And that's just such a fun blunder. What was he doing? Oh man. Anyways, good stuff. Idealists. Good game. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow along and learn as I learn, climb as I climb, make mistakes with me as I make mistakes. And until then, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.